We have come, proceed to enter. We have come, see the gates opening. We have come.
You come from the heart of the Elohim as a seed, and through bringing out the words of your name, the light of Zebulun that will rise up over your soul and make a dwelling of light for you to live in. You will bring forth 5 more rings. Some of you are getting ahead of me. I know you're adding all this up. But that is the basis there of what is called the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes. The 7 scrolls of Torah after the 7 colors of the rainbow. And thus when you offer the 5 loaves, the 5 formularies of light of Hakama that have been drawn out from Bayina, then you will have 12 baskets full. Your name creates the 7 eyes of your spirit. Are you with me?
Yeah.
You have a responsibility to cultivate these 2 fishes of Na'un, of the heart of Geran Ha'ornan Hayavusi, to cultivate your other 5 eyes. These you receive, they're opened by Bayin and Hakma, tending over your egg. It's your responsibility to bring forth your other 5 eyes by the illumination, the Hahua that's in your name, whereby you have the 7 eyes of the Al-Hahim. These you receive, they're opened by Bayin and Hakma, tending over your egg. It's your responsibility to bring forth your other 5 eyes by the illumination, the Hahua that's in your name, whereby you have the 7 eyes of the Al-Hahim. Within those 7 eyes, there are 4 points. Within every circle, there are 4 points. What is 7 times 4?
8.
28 Al-Hahim. And they are 1. Whereby it says, the Al-Hahim Echad. That does not mean singular, like one entity. There are 28 names of Al-Hahim, clusters of thought to bear the words through which you inquire from the 4 corners in each of your eyes to bring forth the cultivation of your words. The opening of your 7 rings are the opening of your words to speak the full counsel of Al-Hahim, whereby you declare to be the offspring of Al-Hahim.
Sons of Al-Hahim.
Al-Hahim, as letters and words, speaks through your name as their own. And thus is one of the words that we were considering yesterday on your list of short vocabulary. You have your vocabulary sheet passed out yesterday. Let's go to the 3rd word. Al-Hahim. Just to keep us all together, because I realize some of these terms are new, some of the pronunciations are a little bit special. What do we have? Someone like to read something there from the Al-Hahim, first couple lines?
The 2 lights in Al-Hahim are from the rod between the 2 ends of the body and head. Emanations within a seed. Vibrations of sounds, sighs, groans, amidst the sides of the faces of Yah. The double Ahua utterance are counted with all in Al-Ha.
Thank you. So this term Ahahim comes from the sounds of light, whereby there becomes an utterance of the invisible rays of the rainbow streaming in, and through the Ahahim circles, the light is composed, bounces off from corner to corner, side to side, and formulates the possibility of words from the combination of numbers always at work within our rings of Ahahim. Thus there are formularies, Ahim, that as we develop our 7 eyes, that we will develop other formularies, and these formularies will spill out. They spill out of you. And there they are, filled with messages, computations of light, invigorating us and causing us to go up higher, to ascend higher, broader, deeper, according to the formularies. When you are born from the altar, the mother ring of Ayin and Hakma, they know your name. It was whispered unto them. And when we have this example, the parable of Yahuhanan being born from Zechariah, the priest, who was on duty, and his wife conceived Elisheba, a seed. Now we all experience this, with our friends, families, and so on. Someone conceives, becomes pregnant. That pregnancy is carried in different ways. Sometimes it's a joyful experience. Sometimes it's a sorrowful experience. Sometimes it's with regret. Oh no! Or oh yes! When they take the test. But the most precious thing is that it's a seed of life. It has a name. When it cometh forth from the womb, the people were gathered round to see the child. They began to call it Zechariah. The mother said, no, that's not it. Come on, ladies, do you know the name you're carrying? This is the origin of life. We don't call the baby Kentucky. It has a name of fire. A name of Hebrew. It's able to cross over from Shemayim into the earth. It's able to enter into waters and become a parrot. Some of the ridiculous names that people lay on children are a shame to the heavens.
Yeah. Or Jezebel.
People not thinking who they are, don't know themselves, they don't know the children they're bearing. And becomes a dysfunctional family of confusion. All dealing with materialization and the problems with the body and its appearance. Trying to soothe the body, help the body, promote the body, give it a name of business and authority. So it might become a leader, a politician that sells their souls for greed. We belong to a higher order. We belong to the government in Shemayim, in the heavens.
Hallelujah.
Dr. Luke was squeezing the grape yesterday. Bless her for that. What is our aim, purpose? You show you who was asking the same questions. What is the goal? Our goal is to align the inhabitants of this earth with the government of Shemayim. To set the captive free from vain occupation and vain duties. Servitude of paying the wages, salaries, benefits of politicians that have no interest in your life or name or words.
It's a tragedy to the core.
We're going to ask the Father, Zechariah, is this lady speaking the truth? She says, it's not your name. No, it's not. Writes it down in Paleo. This is his name, Yahuwah. And his mouth opens. See, when you speak according to the name of Shemayim, your mouth opens. When you speak according to the name of your spirit, your mouth opens with the messages of your name. Don't be speaking in those pseudo names. When you ask anything in your name of consciousness, you will receive it. People think they have to pray in the name of a statue. Pray in the name of an angel. Some other name. They have to say all their prayers in. That's nonsense. Why would I ask in another name when I'm to receive for myself my name for the collective sake? If I ask anything, I ask it in the name of Shemuel. You are to ask it according to your name. That's conscious of saying, whatever you ask in my name. Conscious of saying to you, whatever you ask in my name. Then your prayer will be directed. Hey, my child is supplicating with me. I mean, what did your children, Zechariah, do? I look at my children. If one of my children comes and asks for their brother or sister, I say, let them ask for themselves. If they need something or they want to tell me something, I want to hear it directly. Someone has a question to me, come face to face. I want to know your answer as well. Yeah. Cultivation of your seed name brings forth a harvest of words and 7 names of Gad. The extension of your seed into a momentum offering, continually supplying the force to fulfill the extension. The momentum of your spirit. You have your order of the Al-Hahim. When you receive your name, you have the momentum and the extension to which you belong. As Zechariah of Kohath, a Levite, the extension of Gad and the family of Arud. I thought striking. Striking, this was the day to affirm the teaching ministry of Zechariah, and upon the day, the week of Arud, to which his family belongs. How is that for timing, brother?
Hallelujah. Tombstone.
Woo!
Yeah. Prophecy fulfilled.
The name came forth.
We're never alone. There's such a network of light around us. From your emergence of Pesach, following the 7 Shabbatot in 8 weeks, you monitor your developments as the offspring of Al-Hahim. These are the instructions regarding coming forth from Pesach. Everyone that comes forth from Pesach comes out of Mitzrayim, comes out of your former states of boundaries. To cultivate your name with words. And the consortium of lights, the name of Yahuwah speaks unto Masha. I want to tell you something, that there was nobody speaking to an individual person, Moses. Probably not going to like to hear that. But there was a Mashah. There is a Mashah, an extraction of the lamb, Shah, that you offered on Passover. And the consortium will speak to your lamb, Shah, and draw out of it and give it information, transmit information through Mayim to your fire. Consortium speaks unto Mashah, an extraction to transfer information to your fiery spirit. Whenever you read about Moses, you are reading Mashai, you are reading the words that's coming to your spirit. And what your spirit is to speak. Let's take off these imageries off of people's minds and set them free from historical illusions. Come on. From the time that you make the wave sheaf offering, showing the evidence of your emergence out of Egypt, out of your former boundary states, showing that your shell had been broken, and that there was a wave sheaf of your life coming forth. And you make an oila from that level of your wave sheaf coming forth, that little sprout that's coming up out of the earth. And according to that state of your emergence, your oila is perfect. You may think, well, I'm not ready to do the oila like Shemuel does. Well, I didn't do it like today, like I did yesterday. Something happened different today. Your seed, when it is formed from Al-Hahim in a capsulated state, sown into your mother through your father, mercy, is perfect. That seed is totally complete, even though it's dormant inside the body. Don't ever disdain yourself and think that you are not worthy, or that you have some defaults, or you have some struggles, or some bad occurrences in your life that makes you shrink back. Because your seed's perfect.
Hallelujah.
When that seed opens, your perfection will be revealed. You can plant a tomato, plant a peach tree, a seed begins to sprout, it has a wave sheet, begins to blow in the wind. A little unstable, very tender, but it's perfect. It grows up and starts to put out its branches and leaf out. You know the word leaf in Paleo, it's the same word as oila. It begins to make its oilut offerings. Drawing out leaf after leaf. Oila after oila after oila after oila after oila. Till pretty soon it has risen up.
Oh, the mustard seed.
7 feet. 7 feet tall. Its branches are out and the birds are flocking around and landing it on. The butterflies are coming over and smelling the fragrances of its flowers. The tree owner is all happy. Look! It is perfect. It's able to generate fruit from one seed.
One seed. One seed. The seed of our name opens up.
Amen.
Activate the seed name.
You will not eat bread, nor parched grain, nor green ears until the same day that you have brought this offering unto your Elohim. It is a statute forever throughout your generations in all of your dwellings. You are to count unto you from the morrow after the Shabbat, from the day that you brought the sheep of the wave offering, 7 Shabbatut, 7 Sabbaths, they shall be complete. Even unto the morrow following the 7th Shabbat shall you number 50 days, or day of 50s, literally. And you offer a new meal offering unto the consortium. We now are in the 6th week, the 6th Sabbath. And every week is corresponding to a color of the rainbow and one of the 7 names of Gad. Cultivating your names of our rood. Let's say the 7 names of Gad together. Zephon,
Zephon,
Haggai,
Haggai,
Shuni,
Shemi,
Ozni,
Ozni,
Ori,
Ori,
Arud.
Arud,
And next Sabbath, Ali.
Ali,
Ali.
Arali.
Arud means to bronze, to fortify with knowledge. These are called the words of knowledge, or bronze. You lift up the positions of ascension through victories, encounters in your life, and from which you receive a booty. Every struggle you go through, every encounter, every breakthrough, there is a positive result to that. Even though you go, oh no. And there's something coming up that you have to go through or endure. But at the end of it, you will receive the spoil. It will be added to your account. Because you are the one who went through it. The lessons learned fortify, whereby you do not falter nor trip over the same errors of the past. It's often said, had you known something, you would not have done it. You would have not made that mistake. However, that is wishful thinking, because a mistake is a means of coming to know. So don't ever discredit or shrink back because of any mistake you've ever made. Acquire what you have learned through it, whereby you have become stronger. You receive knowledge from both the positive and the negative. Thus our friends, our enemies, we make them friends. Your enemy shows you what not to do. It's a great teacher. Though it may be not pleasant, and share the same level of fellowship that you desire from your friends, an enemy is a strength to you. It will cultivate your spirit and make it stronger. Because you will learn by example. We do not follow the order of wild beasts, because we are a gregarious flock of sheep. Some people try to justify their decisions to be non-vegan because there are wild beasts roaming the earth as their guide and mentor. Are you with me? That is one of the excuses for putting your body as a graveyard of other species. We are called the sheep of Yahuwah. The sheep are vegan. They don't go out and slaughter other animals and eat them. Are you with me? Are you the sheep or are you the wild beast? Joseph's brothers were wild beasts, untamed, uncontrollable, filled with jealousy and hatred. They captured their brother Yusuf, sold him in prostitution to the Ishmaelites, sold him to the Mitzrayim. He ended up as a slave, a prostitute slave. Potiphar's wife was looking at him. Slave, come over here. Take care of me. He changed. The spirit of Yusuf came in him. No, I'm not messing with you. My days are over. Here's my garment. I'm getting H out of here. Come on. Are you with me?
I'm right there.
Okay. You're not playing my game? You go down in prison. We'll lock you up.
The story of Yusuf, commonly pronounced as Joseph, depicts the stages of our life that we enter from slavery unto mastery. We enter into these bodies, the world, through the blessings of sex. What is in the East, a reference to our point of origin, is brought to abide in the West. The star in the East is your name that is seen by wise men. You are brought to reside into the place of fullness and the blessings of Yusuf, Joseph. As you enter into the world, as a lamb drawn out of the amniotic fluids of your mother, you are prepared to receive gold, wisdom, and frankincense, the clarity and joy of understanding, and myrrh, the oil for your anointings. During the journey, you enter into 3 captivities. We find ourselves snared, caught in our bodies. Oftentimes we get a glimpse, a sense of frustration of being a slave to serve the body we entered. This parable reality is when your 12 members, referred to as 12 tribes or 12 branches that come forth out of your seed name, enters into Egypt, the land of Mitzrayim, to give you definitions and boundaries, reference points to discern all that you are. Through your quest for understanding as to your name and where you are residing, you turn to the thoughts of the East. In this manner, you come to distinguish yourself amidst the boundaries and the body that you have entered. This heightening of the light of the East causes a break from former attachments and practices. As a result, conflicts exist between the West and the East, between darkness that you're inhabiting and the light that is within the darkness. You are taken captive again as Yusuf, who is put into prison. But by being given dreams for you to interpret, and by finding favor, grace with the guardians over your soul, you are brought out of this captivity to serve the collective names of all spirits. Being in prison is developed in the narratives as the Assyrian captivity, your second stage of emergence. From your ascensions through the second captivity, you're elevated into a new position according to the royalty of your name, empowered by the dreams that you have and by the grace that you receive from your humility. You are engaged to serve all peoples without partiality. In this state of service, you will encounter reconciliation with your comrades, your enemies, and your Father. who come to you where you are residing. The third phase of your journey is known as the Babylonian captivity, in which Hebrews, those who pass through the illusions, are able to administer affairs of the state. The servitude or captivity is now unto all peoples. You are employed in the spirit of peace to supply others with grain, the depositories of light that have been within you, and to bring all peoples, all states of consciousness in which you are residing, unto a unified dwelling with the fathers. The accounts of the Torah, are written as priest illuminators become inspired through discoveries, being awakened to what is within the seed of humanity. What is written by the finger of light, inscribed by blood within the cells coming from the bones, the names and the words are documented into parables for study. Affirming the light in your name is the impetus for you to rise through former occupations and practices to approach enlightenment.
To the circle, I'll dream they have no